Hey, zo, ik kom net van een call af met iemand die mij benaderde via Upwork. Het is een Deens bedrijf en ze hebben net deze achterliggende website gestart. En ik dacht, ik neem dat verhaal toch een beetje op. In ieder geval die meeting, dat is wel leuk voor mensen die dat willen zien. Dus dan kunnen jullie daar ook in meekijken. En dan kan ik voor mezelf ook kijken, want het is in het Engels. En in het Engels is, nou ja, het gaat me redelijk af. Maar het is altijd lastiger om Engels te spreken in plaats van je moedertaal. Nou, wat uiteindelijk gebeurde is, ik liet ze een paar dingen zien wat ik kon doen. En zij wilden wat tips en zo. Daarna wilde ik ook eigenlijk gewoon door mijn hele proces heen lopen van wat ik doe met AB-testen en dergelijke. Maar dat is er helemaal niet van gekomen, want uiteindelijk zie ik dat hun website, dus ze hebben één product. Nou ja, ze gaan dat ook in Nederland verkopen. Nou, dat kunnen ze ook zonder mij. Waarschijnlijk kan ik wel helpen, want ze wisten helemaal niet van bol.com af. Nou goed, met dit soort dingen, als je echt geen merk wil bouwen, dan moet je in Nederland natuurlijk gewoon bol.com ook gebruiken. Het liefst ook al die andere platformen, het liefst op Praxis. Ik wou zeggen Blokker, maar die is niet meer. Het gaat om een douchekop, dus dan kun je bij Hornbach, kun je bij de Belgische Praxis, bij Brico, kun je allemaal dingetjes doen om je lijntjes uit te leggen. En in ieder geval dat product zoveel mogelijk aan de man te krijgen. Ja goed, ik gaf ze een paar tips wat ze konden doen. En ja, weet je, volgens mij niet zo geïnteresseerd. Maar dat komt ook omdat ik mijn verhaal niet zo goed kan doen in het Engels. Dus voor mij ook heel interessant om terug te zien. Dat is ook wel een goede reden dat ik het heb opgenomen. En nou ja, zij namen het ook op, dus dat is helemaal mooi. Maar in ieder geval, ja, dus ik ben bang dat ik hier uiteindelijk niks aan ga hebben. Behalve het feit dat ik dus wel mijn Engelse spraak heb kunnen oefenen met dit verhaal. En de nature van de Deense e-commerce een beetje heb kunnen inzien. En verder, ja, wat ze aan het doen zijn is gewoon heel goed, heel leuk, heel nice. Maar goed, dat kan ik ook niet op een goede manier uiten, denk ik. Nou goed, ik zal ik zal de meeting, de eerste ontmoeting, zal ik delen. Dus die krijg je nu te zien.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hi. I'm great. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you for having this meeting. You want to wait
Yeah, thank you.
for a few other people, I believe, right? Yeah, there
Yeah,
we
we
are.
have Booster and I think
Hello?
one more. And then totally, yeah. Great. So you have what? Sorry, I just read a bit about your background on Upwork. You did some SEO and some different stuff in the Netherlands.
Yeah, so I guess my online journey started like 8 years ago. Started with SEO, so organic optimization for Google, and then I ventured out to marketplaces to get better understanding in Dutch marketplaces and optimize for the algorithms there. And after that, I started the conversion rate story. So that's what I do now as well. So I venture out to be like a solo entrepreneur. I now have 2 other members on my team that help me with this. Because for 4 companies, I now do conversion rate optimization. And they're all Dutch. So that's probably interesting for you.
Yes.
But yeah, it gets a lot, right? So when you have a big company with like 9 domains, just like you, just expanding out, then you want to test every element. You want to know everything about your website, what every element is worth, and how to optimize with every step of the customer journey. So that's really interesting, and it never stops. And just keep digging in data and heat maps and everything that's gives you a combined idea of what the user thinks. We go from there.
Yes, that's great. And so you also had some experience with what's the Dutch marketplace is called Bol or something?
Yeah. Did you already find out about bol.com or you haven't?
I don't know a lot about it now, but it's like similar to like a Dutch Amazon in a way, or?
Yeah, it's similar, but it's also, I would say, even worse, worse than better than Amazon for the Dutch people, because bol.com is already here since 1995 or something.
Yeah.
And well, Amazon does have. Hi. Amazon does have a hard time of taking over in the Netherlands because of bol.com, sorry. So yeah, that's kind of the main marketplace I also have my focus on for a lot of customers, to optimize there for clicks and conversion rates. And well, it's also, of course, a little bit different on every type of marketplace, but in the Netherlands it's really necessary to also sell on bol.com if you want to have your brand like fully exposed. Because, well, let's say 50% of people uses bol.com to buy a new shower head, and 50% go search on Google. So it's really interesting to also go on there. But I'm sure you guys will figure that out.
Nice. That's good knowledge. Yeah, I can tell a bit about us. So we have a online store called Shower Labs. We launched last year. We have Marcus. He does most of the conversion rate optimization, tech, website, and stuff. Shabir does the marketing. We also have another partner who does a lot of our creative. I do most of the product finance operations. So far, we've been able to scale pretty fast in Denmark, but we're expanding to the Netherlands. We did so not too long ago. We're also expanding to Germany, UK, a few other countries. So we have been running ads in the Netherlands for some time now, a few weeks. It hasn't gone like extremely well. We have gotten sales and stuff, but it's not too profitable. So I think there are definitely some things on the website that we can improve, both in terms of translation, but also overall localization, like several like trust indicators and just local knowledge that is probably obvious to you, but that we don't know about. So it would be really nice if you could maybe just give us a few tips and pointers about what you would do, like things you would rephrase to different translations, and maybe need a certain symbol on the website or some information that's like really necessary. That would be very valuable for us.
Yeah, sure. We'll go to the website. One last question. So I did find also the German website, which isn't finished, I believe. But for now, it's mainly Denmark that's working, right, for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So all the others are still. Were you doing everything at the same time as well? So you do in the Netherlands and UK and Germany.
Right now we're running ads in. We have launched the Netherlands. We're about to launch Germany, and then the UK is a few weeks down the line.
Yeah, sure. Okay. All right. Let me see. Oh, I'll just go ahead and share my screen and just go on the website and let me.
Great.
Share.
Would you mind if I record the meeting just so we have? I think there's going to be a lot of small details, just so we can go back and take a look.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Great, thank you.
So, do you guys see my screen now?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is like the website. You probably know it. So what I noticed, a few first things. Well, first of all, let me start positive, because you've really done a great job. It's obviously that you've been working on this for quite some time, and everything is. It's okay. It's nice. It's everything is on its place. So for me, it feels genuine and it feels right as a Dutch consumer. But of course, there are some things that could be different. Well, we cannot measure it. Usually, every thing I would like to measure. Well, supporting with A/B tests. But of course, I've done a lot, so some of my insights might be worth it for you as well. So this is okay. It's like your banner. Usually it works when you smallen the banner, because people have this thing called banner blindness, right? When people come on the website, first thing you do is scroll past the banner, right? So you can make it easier for the most of the customers just by dragging this up like half of the screen. But you do have like the button in the banner which makes it valuable. Some other stores don't even have the button, so people really don't look at the banner, really don't read in the banner, because they straight scroll past to things they are looking for. Well, you only have 1 or 2 products, of course. And what I noticed here is like the pricing is, for me, it's weird, because here you have like the $99, here you don't. For me, I would say just make this 35. It's more straightforward for. It's not uncommon to have like rounded numbers in Holland, so that's perfectly fine. I would just make that 35 euros. Also, I've done a lot of A/B testing with these elements, so like the stripe through old price. This should always be on the left side of the other price, on the real price, because people are really right orientated most of the time. So they will keep looking at this price. Obviously, they will know that this ain't the real price, but there are some psychological things here that will make it work if you put the 75 on the right of that. And you also see that coming back in the cart and things like that. So if that's possible, I would suggest you also do that. For these, it's also interesting. This I will make a little bit shorter. In the Netherlands, it's really, well, it's kind of common that we have the 30 days return. So we can just make it short, just 30 dagen. What would it be? Terugsturen, return, 30 days. Make it shorter, then it will be more scannable. But
would it be possible for you to write down what you said in the chat, just like the translation, 30 something translation?
Yeah, sure, let's do that. And I have to open these again. Like this, that's fine.
Great.
Just make it more scannable for people to go through the USBs. For the second one here, like the 20,000 customers, well, it's unclickable. So I would want to click this to see where the customers are coming from. So maybe you can attach this to a Judge Me thing or something, because I noticed you had Judge Me, right, for your product reviews. So maybe there's a link possible for that, but I would want to click on this to see what the customers are. Also for this, EU gives me really scammy Chinese vibes for some reason. So if I were you, I would have this website. I would just made in Denmark. I would just put there, because for us in the Netherlands, Denmark is really just, it's okay. It's a good place and it's green. Environmentally, it's okay. So I would rather see where it's made, and if it's Denmark, it's perfectly fine. But this really gives me the idea of some Chinese import somewhere. It's kind of negative for me. So I would adjust this in something with Denmark and the original story maybe. And I understand here that you maybe want to explain that you're selling in multiple countries. But that doesn't really add anything, in my opinion. And this is perfectly fine, like free delivery, 40 euros, sure. Also, this is really good. So all of the information pages are really, really nice. And it will create a lot of engagement. This one also nice, the story. The video as well, so I've watched it fully. Well, it feels really genuine, so that's good. I would even, well, you don't have like, because in Denmark, do you have a lot of visitors? How many would you say, if you want to share?
Like how many Monthly visitors?
Yeah, monthly visitors. Yeah,
Marcus, do you know the number?
Around 40,000.
40,000 monthly visitors. Yeah, yeah. And do you also have like these type of video on there, or is it a little different?
We had a bit of a different one where Lucas was talking instead of a woman, and then which it worked fine, but we had it also on the product page and we tested that and it didn't really work that well. We also
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Because for me this is really valuable. I think, well, you've tested it on product page. Clearly it didn't work there. But on the homepage, people are really scanning for truth and searching if it's, well, reliable company, all those things, of course. So I would even test this, but in Netherlands, of course, you cannot because you don't have the visitors. I would test this to put it on top of here to get more engagement, get more time of the user, and then they will usually go and read some more on the other pages. But that's just a small thing. In the next section is like the FAQ, right? This link is still going to Denmark. So if you click on it, it's Danish. So I'm not sure if that's what we want. These are all fine. I read through all of these. They're really clear to me. So this would just help. And also this button doesn't work as well, so it doesn't do anything. So I would just remove that.
Okay.
Just
Nice.
remove it and then, well, make this that it fits.
Nice. That's great.
Fine
And
for homepage.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
So the translations in general are fine. There's nothing you really would change
Yeah,
in terms of.
yeah, they're perfectly fine. Did you use a tool for this?
We used a tool and some translators for this. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they did a good job. I was wondering if you have done it manually to translator, but yeah, I read through. I only had one one thing that wasn't translated, maybe, or it's like this, but we'll get to that in a second. Let's first go to this because that's the customer journey, right? It goes from homepage to product page, or maybe instantly to the product page. So this is kind of illegal, right? Trustpilot. You might know that it's not really. You shouldn't do this, but yeah, everyone has their own opinion what they do with it. But usually Trustpilot finds out somehow, and then they will send you an email. You cannot do that. The 3D didn't really work for me. I tried on mobile.
You have to press on it, or if you go back, I have a play button. I'm gonna press. Yeah, if you press, and then now you can
turn it. Yeah, because I did manage to get it working, but I didn't really understand how. So I figured it had to be a click or somewhere. But well, for like a normal, let's say a female consumer, they probably trying this and then it doesn't work, and then get a little frustration, irritation, and then maybe even this module isn't even worth it. It can cause the frustration, and then maybe people will leave. So that's something to look into, or make it really clear with the play button that you said, or maybe even remove this. To be honest, but other than that, yeah, that's for you to decide. This is all perfectly fine. It gets a clear picture. Yeah, sorry.
What do you think about like our what's it called? Like our strategy, like where we're looking at the text we have? Is it like something we're like thinking of? Should we be said like talking about something different? Should we go directly onto a problem, or should we like problem like Dutch people often have, or because now we're generally just going like on an overall like basics about the showerhead instead of directly attacking a problem. I'm not sure what's your idea, if it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Well, it's pretty clear what your goal is, right? To get to get cleaner water out of the showerhead. So that's perfectly clear to me. Reading the homepage and reading all of the product pages here. So that message, yeah, I think it comes through fine. And I can imagine that you base most of your customers come from social media channels. Is that correct? Is your advertising on Facebook and Instagram is your main source, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So then probably in the video they've seen, they already understand like the goal, understand the mission, and understand what it will be worth for them. So I think that's perfectly clear. And then you just add on with the small other USPs, and that's fine. I don't think there's an extra problem here that can be solved. You've done a good job at explaining what it does. So
Good.
Rest is everything is fine. So also for these, for the stars and the ratings, I've tested a lot with these, and this also kind of ties back to the Dutch consumer and bol.com again. It's here. So whenever I'm on a Shopify website and I'm testing for CRO purposes, I always test to make the stars yellow. Why? Because every Dutch consumer is used to the bol.com yellow stars. So we are used to seeing this, we're used to clicking on this, we're used to this being blue, so we know we can click it. Because everyone always buys all of these things from bol.com. So it's really common, and you really shouldn't underestimate the power of this place. So you really have to take advantage of it. List your product on there as well. So that's a possibility to test out here. You can even make the stars a little bit bigger. It really works well, because when people click on them and they go to the photos of the real people with the real products, it really works all of the time. And because these reviews are always like really low. So the reviews are always really low on the page. So when people are scrolling normally, they usually stop around here. Well, you can measure that with the heat maps and the scrolling maps, of course. They stop around here and they go back up, and then maybe try something in the menu, but they never really reach the reviews. Yeah. A lot of the times it's like 5% of the customers reach the reviews, and that's why it can also be really impactful to upgrade this element here. So they click on it, they go down, and then they scroll back up and see everything they have to see. That's really valuable, so I would recommend even making these yellow. Usually I would test it, but of course I can't in your case. Making them yellow, making them slightly bigger. For me it's mostly font 18 to make the stars. And then more people will click, more people will see the reviews, you get more of the engagement, and you will get some more sales of that, I'm sure. Next element, so yeah, this is also really clear. A good job at highlighting some things here. Well, only thing I would recommend here is like save 24 euros and save like 69, 70 euros for here, because it's a higher number simply. So that would probably help to compare the two. Now it's like 24%, 34%. It doesn't really matter. I'll just take the one. But if you have like 20 euros and 70 euros, then it's more of, it's a bigger difference feeling wise. So I would recommend putting the euros in there instead of the percentages. This is all perfect, really good, really well made. I've seen it all. But this is also the case again with the reviews, right? Because you have a lot of scrolling to do to get by the reviews, get to them. And those are really valuable for people to see this duck.
Yeah, that's nice. Okay. Are there any, I think one thing is of course translations that we're a bit confused about. Another thing is like just local culture, I think, because for instance, in Denmark, it's people, they tend to know that the water quality, that there are some issues, especially with like calcium and stuff. And I'm not sure whether, like, how aware people are in the Netherlands. Could you maybe explain a bit more about that and how we should fix the website to accommodate that?
Well, I guess it's less than in Denmark, because it's not really considered an issue. So people just do you drink tap water in Denmark?
We do, yeah.
Yeah, you do. It's okay to drink that. Yeah, well, also here, but well, I'm not sure. I think the overall sentiment here is that we have one of the cleanest sources of water, and that it's fine to use. Some people are concerned about the PFAS. Some people are concerned about some things. So I guess in what marketing route you should take, I probably would get more emphasis on the skin and the hair care, because that always works, right? But I don't think there's a lot of concerns here for water quality, to be honest with you.
Okay. When you, for instance, in your home, like your shower and your, let's say, glasses, maybe in your teapot and stuff, do you notice calcium? Is that like an issue?
Yeah, it's there. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just proven, and it's there, and it's correct, and everything you're telling on your website, it's true. But I think people are just not that concerned about it for some reason.
Okay, that makes sense. And do you think, where do you live? Do you live, was it in Haag? I think I noticed on your Upwork.
Yeah, The Hague, Den Haag. Yeah. We have like a NAVO top of the EU coming soon.
Yeah. And I guess that would be pretty similar to like Amsterdam and Rotterdam and stuff, right? The water quality.
Yeah, it's similar. Well, actually, Den Haag is the region where it's filtered the best. I don't know why, but they have a better system with the dunes here. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's similar. Yeah, everywhere it's kind of similar, to be honest. In the Netherlands, it's not that big of a place.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I have a quick question. So I just want to understand like sentiment. So you said you have one of the best filtration systems. Is that like something that's like common knowledge to most people, that like, hey, we have some of the best filtration system or some of the cleanest water or whatever? Or is it like something that is like talked about a lot in the news, or maybe like just overall sentiment that people are having? Like, is it a widely known concept, or is it just something that you know because you're like decently interested in it?
No, like I would say, like if you are in the working class environment, people make jokes about you can't drink the tap water, and the other one will say, no, it's perfectly fine. We have this and we have that, and everything is clean, and here are some some proofs about that. So it gets talked about a bit, but if you say like sentiment on the news, there's not really a lot of attention going to this, to be honest. I haven't seen it, I haven't noticed it a lot. Well, maybe if there's some contamination once in a while, of course, it will get on the news, but there's not really that much concerns about the water. Does that answer your question, or did I wander off?
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay. Marcus, do you have any questions about website stuff or anything?
No.
Not really.
Okay.
Also for this, I will remove in the cart. I will remove the gaat 3 maand. So I guess this would say like it's 3 months it will work, and then you need a new filter, right? I would just remove this, because firstly it doesn't make sense, so maybe it's not really translated or something. Second of all, it can give like a negative sentiment on people pushing on the button.
It should be rephrased in another way, because I think, and Marcus, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think in Denmark it's pretty valuable, because like the filter that's beside the shower head, that lasts typically for 3 months. So it's just like information for people to know that like it needs to be changed approximately every 3 months. Do you think it could be written in another way that's better?
Yeah, you can write it differently, of course. Yeah, I can put it in the chat.
Thanks. Okay.
Put it like that. I'm not sure if it's
What
getting too long then, but yeah. This is
What
like-
about pricing?
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry. What do you think about pricing?
The pricing here, yeah, it's fine because, well, we're kind of used to like these shower heads, 20, 30, 40 euros. And then when you have like a goal and an extra value like you guys have, I think 75 is like, it's a good price for this. Yeah, I guess it works. I can imagine that in Denmark it's a little bit cheaper or not really?
A little bit more expensive, actually.
Oh, okay. Well done. No, but it's fine. We have a lot of shower heads in these price ranges, and when you can get like the extra value of the water cleaning and better for the skin and for the hair, if you can get that through, then I'm certain that people will pay this for the shower head. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, that's about it. What I noticed. Yeah, also the blog is empty. I'm not sure. This is empty, so I just would remove it out of the menu until there's something there.
Okay.
That's about it for what I found so far. But yeah, of course, every bit I would test it to see if it works and then implement when needed.
That's valuable. Thank you so much.
No problem.
I just have one last question, if it's okay.
Sure.
Yeah, it's more for the content and the creatives that we put out, because, for example, here in Denmark, we've noticed that some of the maybe like longer educational videos work quite well. But how is that with the Dutch people? Is it just like, should it be short and sweet, 30-second videos of someone talking about the product, or should it be 2-minute videos where you actually come in and give advice? And this is how, of course, in the videos, they always say, this is what it did for me, and my hair went from this to this. But is there any other advice you might have there?
Short and strong. I don't think people watch a lot of 2-minute videos on product pages, etc. So
Got it.
really like the TikTok style amount of time you should, I think, also use on the website. Like real long explanations, people are probably not really gonna sit through them. And I also saw one, I looked at one on the product page, like the first one.
Om zachter en gezonder haar te krijgen. Woon jij in Nederland, dan heb je hoog.
Well, it was like the first one, and you have the video, and they list a few things. You can see it here, like
3 manieren om zachter.
3 tips to make your hair better. And then I first got really a good feeling about it. She just gonna list 3 things, and then the last part about your product was really long and really obvious that it was like an advertisement idea.
Okay.
So
Got it.
maybe just hide that a little bit more, and then then it's fine.
Got it. Okay, so maybe do like, it's fine with the like 3 tips and then just a short and sweet. Okay, this is
Yeah,
the
that was
product.
perfect. Yeah, I was really impressed by that, and then it went on longer, and then I kind of got annoyed by how long it went on with the shower thing. Of course, I understand what you're trying to do, but I'm trying to think as the consumer, you know.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice. Thanks. Do you have other like general tips that would be would make sense for us?
No, don't think so. I guess we covered a few things. Yeah.
Great. But thank you so much. It was really, really valuable for us. You also mentioned that you might have get some customers in Denmark. If you ever have any questions, you can just reach out, and we're happy to help.
Yeah, well, we just started with well, maybe we can work together. I have one client that does bathroom mirrors, so we also now ship them to Denmark. Just started there. Oh, I think we're in the same situation as you with the ads there. It just isn't really catching on what you guys have in the Netherlands. But yeah, it just takes time. We have to figure it out, and we'll get there.
Yeah. if you want me to take a look at it, you can just send the link and I can give you some pointers if you want.
Sure, I'll send it. Yeah, thank you so much.
It's great. Perfect. Okay.
Well,
But thank you so much, and we might reach out with other stuff in the future. It's
sure. I'm here. You know where to find me.
Definitely. Yeah. Great.
Okay.
But much we're gonna implement all this stuff, so it's great.
Of course.
Yeah.
No problem.
Okay.
Thank you for your time, and
Thank you so
good
much.
luck on this journey in the Netherlands. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great meeting you.
Bye bye. You
Thank
too.
you.
Nou, en zo ben je dus 3 uur verder. Want natuurlijk ben ik eerst bezig geweest met het bekijken van die website en zo. Een paar puntjes noteren. Moet ik het nou gaan opschrijven of niet? Begon de ochtend met praten. En eigenlijk om 12 uur wilde hij die meeting al doen. Maar ja, ik heb in die ochtend natuurlijk gewoon heel mijn planning vol staan. Dus dat heb ik allemaal tussen gepropt. Maar goed, laten we dit positief bekijken. Want het is wel weer iemand die me gevonden heeft. Het is ook iemand, in ieder geval met een website met een interessant verhaal. En dat zei ik ook tegen hem in de eerste chatgesprekken. Van, ja, ik vind het sowieso interessant om een beetje het verhaal te leren kennen en zo. Dus ja, weet je, hij zei van, moet ik je dan betalen? En dan denk ik, ja, wat moet ik nou met die 3 tientjes die je dan gaat betalen? Dat schiet ook niet op. Dus, positieve dingen zijn dan denk ik Engels geoefend. Geleerd dat de Denen, net als Duitsers, minder gevoel voor humor hebben. Of dat mijn humor gewoon niet aankomt, waarschijnlijk. En ja, weet je, sowieso is het gewoon weer een goede oefening in die meetings. En ik zit me dan ook af te vragen, moet ik daar dan in mijn t-shirt zitten? Of moet ik dan een overhemd aandoen voor dat soort dingen? Moet ik hier een greenscreen achter plaatsen voor dat soort dingen? Maar aan de andere kant denk ik altijd, ja, weet je, dit is gewoon wat het is. Dit is gewoon echt. Ik zit hier in mijn ellende. Met mijn bol.com rotzooi achter me. En ja, moet ik dat dan allemaal gaan aanpassen voor zoiets? Ja, waarschijnlijk zal het wel helpen. Weet je, hoe netter je overkomt en zo. Is natuurlijk wel beter. Maar goed, misschien doen we dat dan in een nieuw huis of zo. Maken we een mooie setup. Maar in ieder geval, ja, dus ik heb weer kunnen oefenen daarmee. En het was weer leuk. Weet je, daarvoor ben ik in ieder geval altijd een beetje nerveus. Van hoe zal het gaan? En dan komen er 5 mensen bij ook, weet je zoiets. Weet je wel, het is niet 1 op 1. Nee, het is gelijk heel dat team. En dan moet je in het Engels even gaan verklaren waarom ze naar jou moeten luisteren. Ja, ik denk dat dat gewoon niet zo goed werkt. Want zij weten helemaal niet wat al mijn achtergrond is. Ik kan ze dat ook niet uitleggen in 5 minuten. Dus, ja, interessant. Nou ja, weer wat geleerd. Nu ga ik verder met de agenda bijwerken van wat ik nu aan tijd heb weggedaan. En dan waarschijnlijk wordt het weer een laat avondje. Maar in ieder geval vond ik het wel leuk om dit ook op te nemen en aan jullie te laten zien. Want ja, dit is ook onderdeel daarvan. Weet je, ik spring wel overal op om het in ieder geval te proberen. In ieder geval te kijken. En in ieder geval ja, geen kansen. Ik wil geen kansen laten schieten, zeg maar. Weet je, ik had hier heel erg kunnen pushen op iets van sales. Maar ik voelde al aan alles dat die klik is er niet of zo. Gewoon, ik denk toch door die taal. Dus die klik is er niet lekker. En B is dat zij toch waarschijnlijk gewoon niet helemaal op zoek waren naar iemand die iets voor ze ging doen. Behalve even meekijken naar Nederland. Nou goed, daar kun je nog 100 mensen voor vinden. Weliswaar niet per se met mijn ervaring in dat soort dingen. Maar ja, weet je, om dat allemaal goed te doen, dat kost gewoon veel tijd. En dat kan niet gratis. En dan wordt het weer te duur voor ze. En dan gaan ze het weer niet doen. Want hun ads zijn al niet winstgevend. Dus ja. Maar goed. Zij hebben een paar inzichten. Ik heb weer kunnen oefenen. En we gaan weer lekker door. Dankjewel voor het kijken. En ik zie je graag in de volgende weer.